first half. We'll be back. Rabel with her first two of the ball game makes it 13-6. Warriors leading the Pride. Baseline drive. That's a shot that's up. That's no good, and that's rebounded by Rhys Miller. Up ahead it comes and almost intercepted, but the Pride keep it. There's a shot for two that falls short, and that's grabbed by Carpenter. So the Warriors back on offense now. As directing traffic there is Taylor. There's a drive into the paint. That is up and that falls. That is good. And that is Smith. Just picked up her 7th point of the ball game. It's 15-6. 9-point lead here for the Warriors. Into the paint. There's a shot that's up. And that shot's no good. The second shot opportunity no good for the Pride. That was Rhys Miller, who had a nice look at it, just wasn't able to quite do anything with it. And so it's Warriors ball again. Kick out. That's a wide open three look. That's no good. And it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go off of the Pride. Will remain Warriors ball. Wide open three look is short. And it's taken by Koenig. Gives it off to Napke. Napke. Into the lane. There's a shot that's up. That's no good. An offensive rebound. That shot is good. The putback opportunity there by Albers makes it a 15-8 game. Buckeye Pride hanging in there with the Ohio Lady Warriors. The drive, the shot, and it's good. What a good job there on the part of Taylor to just take it herself and do all the work to make it a 17-8 game. Napke. There's a 2-point shot that's up, and that is good. That's 2 for Klingshirn, and that makes it 17-10. Warriors with possession and a 7-point lead with 4:14 and winding on this first half clock. That is Taylor dishing it outside. That shot is up, and that is good for 2. And that was a nice looking shot there. It's 19-10. And that was a shot by Vaughn, by the way. Into the paint, and then it's taken away. Bounces into the hands of a Warrior. On the other end, there's a drive. That shot is up and good. Smith for 2 more, 21-10. Smith has provided for her team here so far. She's got 9 of the Warriors' 21. Into the paint, wide open look. That's up, and that's good for Albers. Albers for 2. Makes it 21-12. And a timeout called by the Warriors bench with 3:13 left to go here in the first half. The score, the Ohio Lady Warriors 21, the Buckeye Pride 12. We'll be back. Back to the action. Warriors on offense, and out of bounds it goes, out of the hands of a Warrior. And that was Taylor, who just kind of lost control of it. And it remains a 21-12 ball game. Pride on offense, down 9. Napke gives it off to Mesher. Mesher onto the right wing, that is Klingshern. And stolen away by the Warriors. Pushing the ball to the floor is Nelson. Nelson on the drive. Nelson on the spin. Nelson in the lane. Nelson the shot. No good. Offensive rebound. Nope, jump ball situation. And the jump ball will favor the Ohio Lady Warriors, so they will keep possession of this. As number 24 Smith is going to check back in, and number 35 Vaughn will check out. Smith will inbound to Nelson. Back to Smith. Up top. That is Carpenter. She thought about a three-pointer there for a second. She has a three-pointer on the ball game, and she would have been better off shooting that three-pointer rather than hesitating. A little bit of paralysis by analysis there on the part of Carpenter, and she's called with the travel, so it comes back to the Pride. Yeah, Carpenter has proven she can shoot that three-point shot, so she's a threat to shoot that anytime she gets the ball in her hands. There's a shot. That's a two-point look. That's up. That's no good. And rebounded by the shooter. That was number 4, Napke. It's Mesher. Back up top. Napke playing the point. She's got Nelson on her. And that's going to go off of Napke and out of bounds. Back to the Warriors. We're at 1:45 and winding here on this first half clock. The Warriors have the 9-point lead. It's 21-12. In no rush here to put any shots up. Carpenter, no good on that shot. And that's taken by the Pride. Napke calls out a play. Napke. Little crossover dribble into the lane. What a nice move by Napke. Then she has it blocked away from behind. Boy, what recovery there on the part of Nelson to get back after being crossed over like that. And it's Warriors ball yet again. On the other end, that is Wilder, who's tied up. And Warriors bench not able to get the timeout in. And that jump ball is going to favor the Pride, I do believe. Yes. So Koenig will inbound this ball. And a little bit too hot for Albers to handle. We're at under a minute, 59.6 seconds left here on this first half clock. Warriors up by 9. Being told by the Warriors bench to slow it down and just take whatever is given to you. Don't force anything. Up 9, no need to. There's a dish into the short corner. And there's a steal, stolen away by Albers. Albers on that steal, and then she has it stolen away from her. Driving the ball to the other end, putting it up, and in there for two. That was number 24, Smith. By far the leading scorer for either side. 23-12 is the score. On the other end, what a block there. Blocked away by Nelson. Nelson's going to try to take it coast to coast. Nelson on the drive with the layup. It is up and in. 25-12. Warriors all of a sudden open up a 13-point advantage on the Pride. And there's a steal by the Warriors with 5 seconds to go. Outlet pass up ahead, 2 seconds, 1 second, shot up, shot no good, and that will be how that first half ends. But what a nice end to the first half for the Ohio Lady Warriors, who lead the Buckeye Pride 25-12. Back with the second half right after this on GBA TV. (25-12) the score. Ohio Lady Warriors on top of the Buckeye Pride. And the Warriors get the ball to start this second half. Low post, turnaround shot. That's no good, and that's knocked out of bounds by the Pride. That's Rayford there on the low post. And that ball knocked out of bounds again by the Pride, so it will remain Warriors ball. Inbounds it comes to Rayford. Rayford on the spin. Rayford called for the travel. So Rayford walks with it and comes back to Buckeye Pride. So the Warriors come up empty on their first possession of the second half. We'll see what the Pride can do here. Playing the point is Rabel. She's got 2 points here so far today. Rabel tried to find Klingshirn, and just kind of an errant pass. Either Klingshirn wasn't ready for it or it was just a little bit too far away from Klingshirn for her to be able to catch up with it. Either way, the ball comes back to the Warriors. That is Taylor. She's guarded by Albers. Over it comes to Nelson. And that foul called on the Pride. That is Rabel on the foul. Obviously the first team foul for either side this second half. And Warriors will keep this one. That's Rayford. And she loses it out of bounds. Back it comes to the Pride. Checking into the game for the Pride is number 20, Dirksen. And taking a seat will be Rabel. Klingshirn. Errant pass inside. It's taken away by the Warriors. And that's Rayford with it. Rayford's going to pull it out and almost have the ball stolen away from her. It goes out of bounds off of number 20, Dirksen. And it'll be inbounded here by the Warriors. Into the paint comes Rayford, who puts it up underhanded. Almost got that one to go. Out of bounds it goes, but what a good effort there on the part of Rayford. Inbounds it comes. Driving it baseline. Underneath. That's Rayford who ends up with it in the paint. She puts it up. That's no good. And that's taken by Rissmiller. Up ahead. And the ball almost stolen away. It's Rissmiller who ends up with it. She puts it up and in for two. She gets her first two of the ball game. 25-14 is the score. That's Smith. Into the paint, and that's stolen away. She was trying to find, it looked like, Nelson underneath the basket, but a couple of Pride were there to steal it away, and back they come on offense. 25-14, they're down 11. And foul called on Rayford. That's the Warriors' first. As Klingshirn will step up to the free throw line for her first free throw attempts of the day. Klingshirn, first shot is up, and it's good. So it's a 10-point ball game now. Warriors 25, Buckeye Pride 15. With a chance to cut this to a single-digit lead for Klingshirn. Shot is up, and good. So Klingshirn does indeed make it a 25-16 game. The Pride trail by 9. There's a drive, that's up, that's no good. That's taken away by Koenig. And the Pride get it back. Pride playing with a lot of urgency there. There's a three-point attempt, that's up, that's no good. And it's taken by the Warriors. Warriors get it back. Up ahead, 2-on-1. To the lane, shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, and that's a foul on the Pride. That'll be a foul on number 20, Dirksen. And that's the second Pride foul of this half. So at the free throw line, that is Taylor. Taylor. First shot up and good. Back up to a 10-point lead here for the Warriors. As the Pride make a couple subs. Taylor. As it looked like Hemmelgarn committed a lane violation there, so that shot won't count. And the Warriors will get another crack at this free throw. So Taylor, still technically 1 for 1 from the line. Well, apparently that is not the case. Apparently it's a lane violation on the Warriors, so the Pride get it back. And there's a double dribble. That one's called on the Pride. And that was Mesher who committed that double dribble, so back it comes to the Warriors. 3 minutes gone by here. It's a 10-point lead for the Warriors with a chance to add some more. There's a drive after a pump fake. That's a shot that's up. That's no good. And rebounded by the Pride, and there's a foul on the Warriors. So both teams with 2 fouls. Hemmelgarn gives it off to Napke. Into the lane. There's a shot that's up, and there's a foul on the Warriors. And so Hemmelgarn is going to step up to the free throw line and shoot 2. Hemmelgarn's first shot rims out. No good. Hemmelgarn's second shot is up, and it falls. So Hemmelgarn, 1 for 2. That trip to the free throw line. 26-17 is the score. As Rayford will sit. They called that last foul on her, much to the dismay of the Warriors bench. They said that they called it on the wrong person, but the call stands. And there's a pick. And there's a drive. There's a kick out to the outside. There's a drive to the inside, and then it's taken away. And jump ball will favor the Warriors. So the Warriors will inbound it, and they do. That's Carpenter. There's a pass underneath. Nice looking pass there. Nice looking shot too. That was Smith for 2. And it's now a 28-17 game. 11-point lead for the Warriors. On the other end, that's Rabel. And she was trying to find someone to pass it to. She had it knocked away from her. And it comes back to the Pride. And that'll be Klingshirn to inbound it. Quick three-point look. That's partially deflected. That was partially blocked by Nelson. Nelson gets it back, and they're going to say that Nelson on the dribble stepped out of bounds, I guess. So we're under 10 minutes to play, 9:56. It's a 28-17 score. Warriors lead the Pride as Albers checks back in for the Pride, and that'll be Klingshirn who will sit. Inbounds pass, drive to the lane, no good, and it's taken by Carpenter. And that's a foul on Rabel. That's the 3rd team foul on the Pride. As Nelson directs some traffic. That's Smith. Smith gets a pick. And bounce passes it over to Carpenter. Carpenter was looking for Smith, and it was knocked out of bounds by the Pride. So it'll stay Warriors ball. Smith on the inbounds pass. 3-point attempt, no good. That was off the backboard and right into the waiting hands of Albers. And Rabel will bring the ball up the floor and play the point here for the Pride. Albers. The drive, that is good. I'm sorry, that was Rabel. But good job by her to put 2 more on the board. It's 28-19. That was Rabel's 4th point of the game. Long 3-point look. That's up, no good. And it's a rebound by Mesher. So the Pride down 9, have a chance to cut even more into this Warrior lead. Into the paint it comes, wide open underneath the bucket. What a nice looking pass, what a nice looking shot too. And that was Riss Miller. It's a 7-point lead now for the Warriors. It's 28-21 with 8.5 to go. And on the drive, Nelson has it stripped out of her hands, goes out of bounds, as Vaughn will check back into the ballgame for the Warriors, as will Taylor. A couple of changes too for the Pride, a few changes, as a matter of fact, 3 in, 3 out. Inbounds it comes. And there's a traveling violation. Going to come back to the Pride. So the Pride are on a little bit of a run here. It's 28-21. Remember, the Warriors at one point led by 13. But that lead now down to just 7. Rabel kicks it out. There's a 2-point look. Air ball. Shot back up and no good. And there's a scramble for that loose ball. It's the Pride who end up with it. And then there's a pass over the head of the intended receiver. And back it's going to come to the Warriors. So we're at 8 minutes to go here in the second half, excuse me. And that's a charge. That charge will be called on Taylor. That's the 4th Warriors foul. As Koenig checks back in, and Albers will sit. And into the paint. It's stolen away, stripped away by the Warriors. They get it back. Good job there on the part of Taylor. And up ahead it comes, and it was over the head of the intended receiver, Anderson. And they're going to say the Pride knocked that one out. All right, so it's off of the Pride, and it will remain Warriors ball. They break the stack. Inbounds it comes. And Carpenter winds up with it. So Taylor will play the point here. She's met by Dirksen. Taylor. Crossover dribble. Jump stop. Shot. Short. Rebounded by Riss Miller. And there's a steal. Stolen away by the Warriors. 28-21 remains the score. We're at 7 minutes to go. We're halfway through this second half. That's Anderson. Up top to Carpenter. Or left, stolen away by the Pride. That's Rabel on the steal. Rabel push the ball to the other end. Rabel is tied up, and Rabel will step up to the free throw line to shoot 2. That foul is the 5th on the Ohio Lady Warriors this half. And so, Rabel will take her first trip to the free throw line today. She's not been there yet. She does have 4 points on the day. Rabel's first shot is up, and it's in. 28-22 now the score. As Nelson checks back in for the Warriors, and Anderson will sit. Rabel's second shot is nothing but the bottom of the net. And all of a sudden, what was once a 13-point lead is now down to 5 for the Warriors. As the ball is in the hands of Smith. Smith fouled, and Smith will go to the free throw line. 4th team foul on the Pride. Smith so far on the day 0 for 2 at the charity stripe, but she does have 13 points. First shot is up for Smith, and it's no good. As checking into the ball game for the Pride is Riss Miller. Taking a seat will be Dirksen. Second shot forthcoming. That one doesn't fall for her either, so she's 0 for 4 from the charity stripe. It remains a 5-point lead. The Pride have a chance to cut this to a one-possession ball game. and that is Rabel. Almost having it stolen away by Nelson. But it goes out of bounds, and it will be Pride ball. Albers will inbound it to Rabel. And Rabel ends up with it after the Warriors almost steal it, and then it goes over the head of everybody. Not sure if that was supposed to be a shot or a pass, just kind of somewhere in no man's land there. And it lands out of bounds, and it will be Warriors ball again. That foul was on Carpenter. And on the other end, there's a timeout called by the Pride. So with 5:57 to go, it's still a 28-23 ball game. And we'll be back right here on GBA TV. It's 28-23. Warriors have the ball and a 5-point lead, but they once had a 13-point lead. And so on the other end, there's a shot that's up, and nice looking play there by the part of the Warriors coming out of that timeout. That was Carpenter who put that ball up and in there for two. It's 30-23 now. Right wing shot for three, no good. And there to get it is Riz Miller. Second shot opportunity, third shot opportunity finally falls for her. And it's once again a 5-point lead for the Warriors, 30-25. There's a pick set. And stolen away by Riz Miller. So the Pride get it back. Up ahead. Into the lane. Shot up, shot good. And that is Hemmelgarn who makes it a 30-27 game. 5 minutes to go. Pride down by 3 after trailing by 13 at one point. That's Taylor. Into the lane on the drive, and she's fouled on her drive, and so she'll go to the free throw line now. That's the 5th Pride foul. So Taylor, who is 1 of 1 from the line today, with a couple of pretty big free throws forthcoming. And she's short on that attempt. As substitution is made. As Taylor goes through her motions. Second time she's done that, where she's drawn a lane violation on her own team. And so it's a 30-27 game. The Pride could theoretically tie it up here with a 3-point shot. And then it's stolen away by the Warriors in the paint. Taking the ball to the other end. Putting it up, no good. There's a shot that's up, that doesn't fall. And then there's a foul, and that's the 6th team foul on the Pride. And so Carpenter will go to the free throw line, where she is 1 of 2 on the day. First shot is good. 31-27 as Koenig checks in and Albers sits out. That's a big free throw, even if she misses this one, because it's still a 2-possession ball game as she does. And there's a second shot opportunity. That is up, and that is good. So now the score 33-27. On the other end, shot up, no good. Goes out of bounds. It's going to go off of the Warriors and remain Pride's ball. That is Hemmelgarn. From the foul line, Koenig shot no good. Rebounded by Hemmelgarn. That's Rabel. Kicks it outside. Three-point look. Short. Chased down, though, by Rabel. And the ball tied up. Possession arrow favoring the Pride. And after some controversy, it's going back to the Warriors after that missed shot. And there's a drive into the lane, and it's knocked away, and it will remain on that end. On the drive, shot is up, and that's a and one. Nelson puts it in there for two. Makes it 35-27 with a chance to make it 36-27 because of that Pride foul. That's the 7th Pride foul. That foul on Hemmelgarn. That shot is up and it is good. So, the score 36-27. 9-point advantage here for the Warriors. There's a shot that's up, and that is good. And that is Klingshirn for two. 36-29 now. Taylor. Ball knocked out of bounds by Klingshirn on the pass. As Napke checks in and Koenig sits out. Inbounds. That's Nelson on the drive. Shot no good. And it's taken by the Pride. Pride. Three-point shot no good. Loose ball, and the jump ball will favor the Warriors. 36-29 the score here in the second half. 2.5 to go in regulation. As Taylor will play the point and bring the ball up the floor. Taylor on the drive, nice looking drive. Shot up and good. 38-29. It's a 9-point advantage here for the Ohio Lady Warriors. And a push is called on the Warriors. And that's the 7th team foul, so this is a 1-and-1 situation here for the Pride. They have a chance to cut into this lead. That will be Albers at the line, who has not been to the line yet today. First shot is up. It's in there. 38-30. Second shot for Albers, no good. And it's rebounded by the Warriors. .203 to go. It's an 8-point advantage here for the Warriors. They lead the Pride 38-30. Now we're under 2 minutes to go. That's Nelson. Being guarded by Dirksen. Short corner. That is Rayford. Rayford spins in the lane, puts it up and in. Bank shot by Rayford makes it a 10-point game, 40-30, with 1:40 and winding on this clock. Pride have a lot of ground to make up and not a lot of time to make that ground up in. On the outside, that's Napke. On to the baseline. They're going to say that Klingshirn was out of bounds when she caught that pass. With 1:28 to play, timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them here on GBA TV. And back to the action here. Warriors up by 10. They have the ball. Under 1.5 to play. We're at 1:21 and winding as the ball goes out of bounds off the Warriors, and we'll go back to the Pride. Coming up after this game, we will have for you a 9th grade game, the Findlay Bombers against the Miami Valley Hawks.
Hey, next time you do it, they get to you next time, get to the middle, and then look to you out. My bad.
That's Rabel.
Don't stop anyway. Don't stop. Don't foul, Mark. Don't foul.
Shot from three-point land is short, and not able to save it was Napke.
Right back, right back, right back, right back, Jacob. Back down.
And with 1:08 to go, the Warriors are sitting pretty here. As into the lane goes Rayford, and misses on the lay-in. And the Pride have it on the other end. Napke has it blocked away. Rayford pushing the ball down the floor. Rayford with a clear path to the bucket, puts it up, no good. And out of bounds it goes. Looks like Rayford may have hurt herself on that drive or something. She's getting up a little bit slowly. Hopefully she's all right. As with 35 seconds to go, a foul.
Hey, this is only 1-1. Get the ball out of the rim. Hey, hey.
As Rabel steps up to the foul line, where she's 2 of 2 today. 34.5 seconds to go as Rabel converts on the first. Second shot falls. Rabel with 8 points here. Her team down 8, it's 40-32. Warriors try to beat a little bit of a press here, and they do. Across to Smith. That's Nelson. Just trying to play keep away here from the Pride. Try to dribble this one out. With 10 seconds to go. Warriors doing everything they can just to keep the ball away, and they will, and that is how this one will end with the final. 40-32, the Ohio Lady Warriors defeat the Buckeye Pride, and we'll be back with the 9th grade game here on GBA TV.